All right, part D says, what is the instantaneous velocity and speed of the baseball when it is 256 feet above the ground on the way up and on the way down? So if we want to find velocity and speed, I'll talk about the difference in those, at a certain height, we're first going to need the time that height happened. So first, find the time when that happened. So when I say when that happened, I'm talking about when it's 256 feet above the ground. So first I'm going to find that. Now, this is a location. 256 feet above the ground is a location. So I'm going to have to take the equation that measures location, which is the position equation. I have that highlighted in bright yellow there. I'm going to have to take my position equation, and I am going to take negative 16t squared plus 160t, and I don't have the time that happened, but I do have the height I'm looking for, and I'm looking for when it was 256 feet above the ground, so I'm going to set my position equation equal to 256 feet, because I'm wondering what is t, or what is the time that happened. So go ahead and solve that. I'm going to get all my terms on the right. So I have 16t squared minus 160t plus 256. I could factor out a 16. Each of those is divisible by 16. And then I can factor it. And that leads me to t equals 2 and t equals 8. So I have 2 times when the ball was 256 feet above the ground. I hope that that's not surprising. Again, if we go back to our graph, if you watch the ball, it goes up, and then right about here, it's at a height of 256 feet, and then you keep going, and right about there, it's at that same height again. So on the way up and on the way down, it was at 256 feet at some point in its path on the way up and down. So let's go back to the question. It says, what is the velocity and speed when it's 256 feet above the ground? So I have the times. Now I need to know velocity at those times. So I'm going to do v of 2 and v of 8 and see what I get. Again, I just have to find that velocity equation. I have it highlighted in orange. I'll plug in 2 into the equation, and I'll plug in 8. So negative 32 times 2 plus 160, negative 32 times 8 plus 160. For the f of 2, I get 96 feet per second, and f of 8, I get negative 96 feet per second. So those are velocity, and the only difference with speed is speed will never be negative. So speed is the absolute value of velocity. It's absolute value because you just take away any negatives that might be there. So in this case, the speed at both would be 96 feet per second. We just take away the negative. So speed is tracking how fast it is. Velocity is tracking how fast and the direction. So velocity can be positive or negative. Speed will always be positive.